Him. This is your motivation for the week. Get your Bible. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Hey. Good evening. Hey, I want to welcome you to the Vitamin M Show with Marshall Sterling, where the M stands for motivation. Listen, I am Marshall Sterling. I am your hype girl. I am your home girl next door. Listen, if you are new to the Vitamin M family, welcome. It is going to be a ride. You are in the right place for your source of motivation and inspiration. I am here for one purpose and one purpose only, and that is to ensure that you get to your next level of greatness. I want you to stay on track for all of your goals and your dreams. I want to ensure that you never give up. Listen, you may fall down, but you get back up again and again and again and again. You know that falling is just that it is just a fall. It is just for the time being. But we don't stay down. We get back up again. Listen, I will allow you time to be on the sideline, just a little time. But then there comes a time when somebody needs to come and get you off the sideline and put you back in the game. Listen, because I want you to keep hoping. I want you to keep dreaming. I want you to get the most out of this life. That is what the purpose is. It is to be that wake-up call. It is to ignite that fire within. Listen, you know where you want to go. You know where you want to be. It is just a matter of getting there. And we are in this together because together is better. Together is better. Listen, I see you getting your vitamins A. I see you getting your vitamins A. I see you getting your vitamins A. Get your vitamins A. Get your vitamins A. Get your vitamins. Yes! We are getting our vitamin M on tonight. Listen, and I believe the topic is on fire. Up in here, on fire. Up in here, we are on fire on tonight. I believe, or I'm going to stand on it, it is my own experience that we find a way. We make a way to get started. We make a way to start something. But hold on, before I go there, let me pause because listen, I don't believe by any stretch of the imagination that it is easy to get started. It is not easy to get started because there are all sorts of things that come to distract us, to stop us from getting to where we want to go. But in the midst of that, in the midst of getting started, listen, we find a way to start. We find a way to ignite. We find a way to just make that thing go. But when all of these sorts of things come to get us, to stop us so that we don't get where we want to go, things just begin to stand in our way. Fear is the biggest obstacle that we must overcome to get to where we want to go. Fear. And I have always stood on and said that fear, put simply, is false evidence appearing real. False evidence appearing real. That's what fear is. But in my research and because I like to study and I like to dig and I like to do my research. In my research, when I'm looking at it and I'm like, okay, false evidence appearing real, I ran across two other acronyms for fear. And one was forget everything and run. Forget everything and run, or face everything and rise. Face everything and rise. So when we're talking about the fear in our life that stops us from getting to where we want to go, we have to make a choice. We have to make a decision. We're at a crossroads. Do I face everything? So I'm going to face it, or I'm going to forget it. And if I forget it, then that means that I'm going to run. If I face it, I'm looking at it in the face and I am going to rise. I'm going to rise to the occasion. And that is the one that stuck with me the most, was face everything and rise. It means that I don't run from anything. No matter what the situation is, no matter how bad it is, we must learn to face everything and rise to the occasion. We can't run from life challenges, but we must face them. We cannot run from life challenges. We must face them because it is the challenge. It's the challenge that gets us there. It's the challenge that makes us. I can learn it. I can master it. I can do it. But while I am facing and rising to the occasion, when I am there and I am deciding that I'm going to rise to the occasion, you must do one other little bitty thing. And it's really not a little thing. It really is a big action. It is a big deal because, again, we all get fired up. We all get started. We get out there and we get on the bandwagon and we can figure out a way to get started. But I believe that somewhere in the midst of walking, somewhere in the midst of making this thing work out, at some point in time along the journey, we forget to finish. We forget to finish. So on tonight, we are going to talk about be a finisher. Be a finisher. Be a finisher. Be a finisher. You have to, not only do you need to show up, not only do I want you to show up, it's not just about showing up. When you show up, you must also decide and determine that I'm going to be a finisher. I will be a finisher. I will complete the task at which I have started. I will not start something and then don't finish it. We can talk all day long about getting started. Just get moving, just get in motion. But we need to spend as much time as we spend talking about getting started. I need you to move. I need you to get in action. I need you to get in motion. We need to dedicate the same amount of energy to completing the task that we start. We all focus, and I do too, we focus on getting people started. If I could just get them going, if I could just get them writing the book, if I could just get them to apply for the job, if I could only get you started, that is where we put the majority of our focus. But it is more than just getting started. Once I ignite the fire underneath you, which is the goal of the Vitamin M show, where the M again stands for motivation. Once I get you motivated, once I get you inspired to start, I have to also inspire you to finish the task. You have to close the book. You have to finish it. If you're going to go through all the trouble, the blood, the sweat, and the tears, and the crying, and the stand up, and the studying, if you're going to do all of that, why do all of that and you don't finish? Be a finisher. Be a finisher. Stop getting it started and then get into the middle of it and then stop. You convince yourself to get going. You go to a really good training or a really good conference. You hear an inspiring word. You know you want something more. You know you want something better for your life. You go to reach out to get it. And then you just stop somewhere in the middle. Somewhere in the middle, you just quit. you give up. You decide that this isn't going, after all, it's not going to work out for me. But I get in the middle and it wasn't what I thought it was going to be. So then you decide that you're going to quit. You get tired and you allow that little small voice. It is just one small voice. Why do we, and I'm not just saying you, we are in this thing together. Together is better. Together is better. Together is better. I am right there with you. Why do we let the small little bitty voice scream the loudest? It's the small voice that screams the loudest that tells you that it is not worth it. Why is it just a few people? When someone said it's everybody, it always happens. Why do we put those parameters on things that it's everybody, it's really, really loud, when in fact it was only one person? Or 20 people told you look good, but one or two people came and gave you the kind of look, and you decided to quit. You cannot quit. Now you have become a quitter and you have the opposite problem working. You will get started, but now you are known as the don't finisher. You are known as the one that cannot finish the task. Oh, don't worry. They have all the ideas. They know what to do. They know how to do it, but they just won't finish. Be a finisher. Be known as somebody that stands on your morals and your values and will complete the task. Be a finisher. Be a finisher. Be a finisher. Don't get into a bunch of projects and never finish anything. As the old people used to say, you got a bunch of irons in the fire. All you have is a bunch of irons going, but nothing is completed. You have no evidence for your hard work. Be a finisher. Each of us do this. But each time that we do it, let me let you in on a little secret. Every time that you start a project and you get in the middle or you get right to the end, do you know how many people I've heard that says, all I have is 20 more hours and I'll have my master's, or 10 more hours and I'll have my bachelor's degree? They are right there close to their degree. What is stopping that person from finishing the last few classes? What's stopping you? Because each time that you stop, each time that you get right there to the end, you know what happens? It makes it harder the next time for you to start and to complete something. It throws you back a little more because you remember the last time that I didn't finish, the last time I didn't finish, the last time I didn't finish, and then you get on the hamster wheel. I'm not a finisher. Oh yeah, I forgot. I'm not a finisher. You have the ideas. You can finish the project, but you don't. Because then you let that little voice tell you that you are not good enough. It doesn't make sense to start projects that you're not going to finish. Then I'm just going to give you some best advice. Don't start. Don't start what you're not going to finish, because you only throw yourself back. You only put yourself back every single solitary time that you start something that you don't finish. You just put yourself in a worse situation. You have to close the deal, secure the bag, face everything, and rise, face the situation, and rise to the occasion. Let's go. Get up and finish the deal. Get up and finish the deal. If you're going to face everything and rise, if you're going to look at fear in the face, you must be a finisher. Be a finisher. Be a finisher. Be a finisher. We're going to talk more about being a finisher after these messages.
Marshall Sterling is available for your next event. Known for her energetic speaking style and down-to-earth teaching, Marshall has made a positive impact on her audience at every engagement. Whether it is a keynote address, conference, workshop, breakout session, or staff meeting, Marshall brings the same fire and excitement to every session. To bring the Sterling experience to your next event, scan the QR code on the screen or go to www.marshallsterling.com.
Listen here. I need you to listen. Attention. I'm calling your attention. Be a finisher. You have everything that you need already. You are equipped for the journey. Be a finisher. Be a finisher. Go ahead and say yes and finish out the project. Listen, we all know people who start things, who go to college, who are always working on a different job, who are always starting another project. Oh, I got this started. Oh, I'm involved in this, and now I'm involved in that, and now I'm involved in this, and now I'm involved in that. You know that person that's always dibble-dabbling in everything, but they never finish anything. You never see the fruits of their labor. If you cannot imagine who that is, then it's you. It's you. You are the person that is dibble-dabbling. You over in everything, but you have completed nothing. You need to secure the bag, close the deal, finish the project, achieve the goal. What in the world are you out here doing? You're just maneuvering from this to that and back to this and then over to that, and you're blaming everybody else for your situation. You are ready. You are equipped. It is for you. Secure the bag. Close the deal. Be a finisher. Face life situations and rise. Face everything and rise. Be a finisher. Finish the doggone deal. You deserve it. It is for you. It is for you. You are destined to be a finisher. Because people are waiting on you to finish. They need you to finish. You are a role model and an example to those that are around you. You are the example. You are the next. You are the change in your family line, in your family history. You can change the trajectory of your family's life if you only would finish. If you would only finish, you figured out how to get started. You figured out how to get yourself motivated. You have accountability partners. Your accountability partners need to hold your feet to the fire and make sure you finish. The Vitamin M Show, Marshall Sterling. I am here to ensure that you get to the end. We have access to lots of knowledge and to lots of learning. You can Google and YouTube pretty much anything. But we must take the time. Once we have the knowledge, we have to take the time to apply it to our lives so that it is effective, so that we can be a finisher. For it to have impact and to be effective, we must be a finisher. If you're holding on to the knowledge, then you're just knowledge fat. You're knowledge fat. You're overfed. You need to finish and begin to plant this knowledge into other people, and so that they can be a finisher, so that they can grow. You need to water somebody else's garden, somebody else's seed. Your seed is growing and it's growing and it's growing. But I need you to finish the deal. You can't get to the next level if you don't finish. You don't know if it's going to work out because you haven't even finished. How do you know that it's not going to work? Because you quit. You stopped. You paused. And you never got going again. Be a finisher. When we say be a finisher, it means starting and finishing a task. You must do all the steps to achieve completion. When you are in school, you got to pass the grade levels. And when you get to high school, there are credits. And you have to achieve a certain number of credits, and they have it set up and aligned for what you need for graduation. And they tell you from the beginning, this is your graduation plan. Do all of these things and you get your high school diploma. Do all of these things and you can become a doctor. You can become an educator. These are the things that you need to do. You cannot just jump from kindergarten and graduate in high school. There are steps and things in between. There are items and objectives for you to complete. It makes you a finisher. You have to take all the classes to get the degree or the certification. Be a finisher. Being a finisher takes hard work, dedication, perseverance, and passion. You got to work your tail off. Be a finisher. You have to be dedicated and passionate to the task. You have to dedicate the time. You have to have the commitment, and you have to persevere during situations, because there's going to be times when you want to give up, when you want to give out, when you want to quit. But you have to remind yourself that you are a finisher. And because I am a finisher, I just can't quit. Listen, even God said, He said that He's not finished with us until He has done a good work in us. He says, I'm not finished until I have done a good work in you. So if God is not willing to give up on us, why are we so willing to give up on ourselves? Why are you so willing? Why does it come so easy to quit? Why isn't it harder for you not to quit? Why don't you make it difficult not to give up, not to quit? Because see, in my mind, I don't want to take the easy road. The moment you quit, the moment you give up, that's when it's all over with. You can't keep feeding that. You can't keep giving life to quitting. You can't keep giving life to fear. You have to face everything and rise. You cannot let fear give you false evidence that is really not there in the first place. I need you to complete the task that you were assigned to, because it is and was your assignment. Nobody else can finish the task but you. It's not mine. It's yours, baby. It is not mine to complete. I can encourage you along the way. I am your get it up, keep going. I'm here to fire you up. I'm here to light a fire underneath you. I'm here to tell you, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to motivate and inspire you, to let you know that there's greatness within. But I am not here to complete your mission. Your mission must be completed by you. Yes, it is going to get tough, but be a finisher. Finish anyway. Finish in spite of when people think that you're not. Do it anyway. You cannot get anywhere if you don't finish the things that you set out to do. You are an example to those that are around you. Again, your kids are watching you. Your nieces are watching you. Your nephews are watching you. People are watching you just to see what is going on. What are they going to do next? I bet you that they quit. I bet you they give up. I bet you they turn back. You cannot turn back. You must be a finisher. You don't even know if it's going to work out, because you didn't finish. You determined before you finish that it wasn't going to work. It will work out, not what if, but it will work out. It is yours to complete. See, a finisher will go and sit down briefly and come back up with another plan of attack before they just quit. So a finisher will go and make another plan and then come back before they quit, because they like quitting is harder than keep going. A finisher will seek wise counsel, mentorship, coaching, and resources to ensure that they are equipped for the journey. A finisher is a student and a lover of knowledge. A finisher fully understands the hurdles and the obstacles, but chooses the path anyway because they are determined to complete the goal destined for them. A finisher is a goal crusher. They crush all the goals around them. They are a goal crusher. It's what they do. They eat, sleep, and breathe goals. That's what a finisher does. A finisher will look back at things that they have accomplished and get excited for their progress. The act of completion is the fuel they need for the next goal. That's all they need. They saying, I got receipts. I know this is going to work out because I have receipts from the time, from the last 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 time. I have the receipts. You can't tell me that this is not going to work out. A finisher, they sure do. They like, I got receipts. It fuels my fire to finish. That's all I need to know. Because when I'm finished crushing that goal, I'm crushing the next goal. And I'm crushing the next goal. And I'm crushing the next goal. Be a finisher. 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 A finisher stays motivated, stays positive, and stays encouraged for the journey. And they have a by any means necessary attitude. My attitude is by any means necessary. No matter what I have to do, I will finish. A finisher is an inspiration to others. You inspire those that are around you. A finisher is also a planner, has plans. A finisher knows how to prioritize the task. They know the things that need to come before something else and the order in which to get them done. A finisher puts A and then B and then C. That's how they outline that in their plan. A finisher develops perseverance because they know that I'm going to need to stay with the power by any means necessary. A finisher is disciplined and focused because they know they laser focused. I know my goal. I know what I have to accomplish. And you know what? I will get there. And finishers are problem solvers. They are problem solvers. They look at situations and they get a plan of attack, or they go to seek wise counsel. They go look for resources. They go get people to be able to help them out. See, I read a quote, and I don't want to mispronounce her name. It was by Robin Sharma, and it said, "Starting strong is good. Starting strong is good, but finishing is epic." Starting strong is good, but when you finish, it's epic. And then one of my favorite motivators of all times is Eric Thomas, and he says, I realize the secret to success is finishing, but not just finishing, but finishing strong. So it's not just being able to finish, but finishing the task at which you were destined to do. And you finish with your shoulders back because you begin to realize that I finished strong. I am a finisher. As we close out on tonight, I want you to be reminded, be a finisher. Be a finisher. Be a finisher. Listen, be a finisher. A finisher is a goal crusher. Starting strong is good. But finishing is epic. Be a finisher. This has been your Vitamin M. And this old Marshall Sterling will see you on next week. Go get your vitamins.
Join us next week to get your weekly dose of Vitamin M. Please visit our website at www.marshallsterling.com.